Welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered, everyone, with the Ultimate Pyromancer guide. I know last episode I left everyone in great suspense about what would happen with me and that invader. And I died. I mean, of course I died. This always happens. Yeah, wonderful, great. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is try to make it back to my body. Hopefully this fool didn't fuck up the elevator position. I don't think you can, because once you move it, you can use the switches by the side to change its position. I think, I hope. Yes, okay, we're good. So the only thing that I need to do is not die until I get to my bloodstain, which shouldn't happen, because I died right here. Yeah, that dude. Well, you know, me and PvP. Unless, where the fuck is this thing gonna spawn my... See, this is what I'm thinking. Your bloodstain can't spawn on this thing, can it? Because it's a movable object. And if I remember correctly, bloodstains cannot spawn on elevators and anything like that. This does count as an elevator. Which means, well, which way do I have to move this thing? I think this way. Okay. Hopefully it's right by the other bonfire, because that would make my life hell of a lot easier. I'm walking around all over the place like an idiot. So yeah. Please be here. Yeah, okay. See, I knew. This is just a thing, kind of a quirk of the game. What the? Don't we all? People do get creative with their messaging. I respect that. Gotta respect it. Don't know why I'm turning back into human form. This is really the thing about this game. When you really get down to it, kind of the nitty-gritty of it, there is absolutely no incentive to turn into human form, I swear, most of the time. Shit, I just remembered. I didn't look up the Chaos Blade's stats. You know what? Yes, I did just knock into my mic. We're gonna do some online investigation right about now. And yes, you're gonna have to sit and watch me do this, because if I don't have the stats for this thing, I'm gonna be pretty ticked off if I get there and I can't wield it. Chaos Blade, 50 dex. Oh, okay, with 50 dex. I was like, damn. 1614. Thank fuck I checked, because that would have been a doozy if I upgraded my, what you call it, other stats. I actually get to the Chaos Blade, which we're probably gonna be able to do in this episode, and it's not there. Speaking of, yeah, I was planning on going to the Painted World first. I said I would make a beeline for it. However, the temptation of getting the Chaos Blade is too much, so we're going to the Chaos Blade first. And then we'll move to the Painted World. With any luck, I should have this area in one try. I couldn't get it down on one try on my Sorcerer playthrough, but you know, practice makes perfect. Which I guess, if that was true, holy shit, okay, there's some interesting physics in this game sometimes. You gotta be really careful with the jumping mechanics, because the momentum is hella fucked up sometimes. You jump off of moving objects and all that. So yeah, these two I ignore. There's absolutely no worth in fighting them. However, these things can be a problem. And I don't deal nearly as much damage as I thought. Oh, come on, these fools are coming after me. This is the weirdest enemy, I swear. The reason they're so weird is they're super slidey. You know what I mean. Like, no enemy slides. I think I said the exact same thing last time. But no enemy slides back this much when you hit them. Which makes it okay. Which means they can't fall off very easily. R1 spam. They know the... Oh fuck, of course they can hit me from here. The snipers. Are you... Look at the accuracy. Stop with the R1 spam. He knows the meta. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you... if this makes me lose progress... Dark Souls. I'm gonna be a little bit ticked off. What the hell is going on? It's plugged in, right? Yeah, it is. I swear. This better give me an advantage here. Where am I gonna spawn? I don't know. Okay. If I die because of this. See, this is so annoying to... Because you can't combo them. Fuck off. I think we're still okay in the logistics of things. But this is where it gets a little bit more problematic. You better not disconnect. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck off, Vagrant. I am not dealing with that thing. Please die. Thank you. And I have Estes. That was way too close. I hate Vagrants. That was a black Vagrant. There are two versions, or Phantom Vagrant. I don't know what it's called. But that one is even more... well, it's even rarer. And it's even more aggressive because it has that ranged... Guess you could call it a laser attack, but it's not really. You know what I mean. What up, Solaire?
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there.
Always. Can't believe I'm still wearing this shitty basic ass set. Speaking of, I need to look at what sets I have. Tattered. Nothing too interesting from... Alright. I did say I would pick up that ninja shit, didn't I? You know what, we'll stick with the tattered. Because as I mentioned, I do like the look of this.
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean it even fits now because, you know, Solaire is the bro. Showing you what I got, Solaire. I'm bearing it all out for you. I think he's impressed. So yeah, let's do that. And no, why do I always go to reverse hollowing? Can never get that down. I am gonna go for the shortcut, I think. I think Solaire, not Solaire, Siegmeyer. I'm gonna do the bros, the other bros quest line. It's just still easier to backtrack through there, even if you unlock the shortcut. Speaking of, we need to get the Demon Titanite as well. This thing deals decent damage at this point. Oh, that's not a... yeah. I'm one room ahead. Thinking one room ahead, you know. But yeah, this run has been going very, very smoothly. I think this character currently is a lot more powerful than the Sorcerer at this point. Although, you know, not disparaging the Sorcerer because they are incredibly OP. I know I've been thinking about, because people have asked me many, many times about Dark Souls 3 and if I'm ever gonna return to it and all that. And currently, I don't know, currently at this point, at this very moment, I'm very glad to be playing this game. It's a classic, I'm enjoying it, I like the update. However, I'm not saying no. You know, people seem to think that I've shut off Dark Souls 3, I'm never gonna play it again. Not necessarily, but if I'm ever gonna play it again, it for sure ain't gonna be an ultimate guide. The thing is, I don't know what From were thinking, but the idea of doing an ultimate guide in Dark Souls 3 is an absolute pain in the ass. For several reasons, chief among them being that every covenant has at least, well, not every covenant, but a lot of the covenants have class-specific spells. Covenant items are very difficult to come by offline in Dark Souls 3, and I fucking hate PvP in that game. So really, you know, you can do the math, because I've done the math for sure. Basically, I don't want to PvP because I hate it, and neither do I want to farm for 5-6 hours to get the items for a stupid covenant. So really, you know, the options have kind of, you know, restricted themselves. Just looking at, I was looking at the potential of doing an ultimate cleric guide for Dark Souls. You gotta level up 2 covenants to level 3 to get certain items. Both of those items are incredibly rare unless you do PvP. So yeah, you know, really you can, I hope you understand that. I'm very happy about the death of the Gravelord servant, even though I didn't see the sign. It's just that, again, I fucking hate PvP in Dark Souls 3. I know a lot of people like it. Oh shit, that did a lot of damage. Alright, well, lesson learned. Do not fuck with this Titanite demon. I know that this one is powerful. They all are, really, comparatively. But again, this has come up on the stream many a times. But I think most people... Like, Dark Souls 3 PvP seems to be a very kind of love it or hate it thing. And the reason I hate it is because the way healing works in that game, every single character is essentially Elena from Street Fighter 4. If you don't know the lore, there's a character widely hated in Street Fighter 4 called Elena, whose one of her ultras is the ability to heal. Now, where they fucked up is that they made the heal way too fast and way too easy to execute. So essentially, she can heal anytime. And pretty much, that's how I feel Dark Souls PvP, Dark Souls 3 PvP is. You gotta come up with a better strat for this, because this was doable with sorceries, spamming this dude to death. But Pyromancers are way too slow. Okay, and he has a lot of HP too. That didn't take off like anything. See, the thing is, they put him in this like small ass room. Yeah, this one might be a problem. This one might be a problem. Cause, well, you see. There's the one thing about Pyromancers, they're so slow to cast. But anyways, again, I'm not like specifically picking on Dark Souls 3. I hate Bloodborne PvP as much as I do Dark Souls 3's. So, you know, for the same reasons, you know, there's no like specific ill will towards Dark Souls 3. It's just not for me. Not the game, but just the PvP. So maybe I'll go back and play it and like, you know, I did that series like Return to whatever Souls game. So I might do a Return to Dark Souls 3 if I want to. I feel like it. But for sure, the agenda for the channel, you know, kind of Well, not long term, but there's gonna be this run. Then there's gonna be the cleric run. I'm gonna be... See, tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming. And I don't exactly know what run I'm gonna do. I could still just do PvP. But... Yeah, I did screw that up. I could just do PvP. However, I don't know if I could realistically fill out 2.5 hours of streaming with PvP. The other option is I could start the Knight's Honor playthrough. It's one of the things. People seem to like the idea. Not sure what I'm doing to myself doing a Knight's Honor playthrough. Because it's probably going to be a pain in the ass. But, again, people seem to like the idea. It's actually not as complicated as it seems. The biggest pain in the ass is for sure going to be the what you call it? The Channeler's Trident. Unless by some, like, astronomical chance it's dropped by someone. There's always a chance. I mean, that item I've seen a total of 1 time throughout all my playthroughs ever. So yeah, out of that whole playthrough, that's what I'm dreading the most. Because really, the other items are not incredibly difficult to get, honestly. And you don't have to like upgrade them or anything. It's just... Really, it's the bosses. You know, you gotta go through the game 3 times. Well, technically, I would say 2.5 times because Sif is the... So you really got to get up to just this point by the 3rd playthrough. Because the last item is probably gonna be the Artorias weapon. Whatever you want, whatever one you leave until last. I'm planning on starting with the cursed one. Using that because no one ever uses the cursed greatsword of Artorias, and you know we all about them rare weapons on this channel. Speaking of rare weapons, let's go ahead and get this Chaos Blade. Let's also reinforce it. Cool. Now the Chaos Blade is an interesting weapon. First of all, I gotta say it's one of the best looking katanas I think in the game. There's no like really good angle. First of all, it yeah, I just coughed into the mic straight up. First of all, it has like this really badass, I'm just looking at the character stats, but not intentionally, has this really awesome kind of rusted looking blade and this badass red hilt. The unique kind of thing about the Chaos Blade, it has a unique moveset as well. You can go all Kill Bill on enemies' asses. It's a pretty good R2, one-handed. The two-handed one is way too slow. The unique thing is, every time you hit an opponent with it, it drains a little bit of your health. Now you might be thinking, why the fuck would you want to go for a weapon that drains a little bit of your HP every time you swing it? And really, honestly, there's no reason. I mean, I'm the first one to admit that Quelaag's Fury Sword is far superior in every conceivable way as a weapon. However, you know, after this many playthroughs, you don't always go for the most optimal stuff. You go for the fun stuff. And this is a really fun weapon. It deals a shit ton of damage. I think it provides an extra layer of challenge to the game because you gotta manage your HP. As you saw, if you whiff it, it doesn't do anything, so it's only if you're hitting your opponent. Yeah, it's just a cool weapon that no one uses. So yeah, it still does all the katana things, still does bleed. Yeah. What else can I say about it? The reason I'm coming down here is, as promised, I'm gonna make a beeline for the painted world. The easiest way to do it is to unlock this. Ouch. So back to the streaming. I'm probably gonna use the Artorias Greatsword, just the cursed version, because first of all, no one uses that weapon anyways, because the stat investment is insane. But still. Should be a fun playthrough. I don't know. Like, again, you don't actually have to do that much farming. You just gotta kill them fucking bosses, and really it's all about it. I think it's more about knowing what's where, and I already got most of that locked down, and that's why it's good to stream that, because if I ever get kind of unsure about where something is, you can always ask the chat, you know. If you feel like not trolling me, guys, you know, and misleading. Had some issues with streaming actually last week when I did the casual stream. By the way, anyone who doesn't know, I do a casual stream every Sunday as well. Figured out what was the problem. First of all, my internet was kind of acting up, but the bigger problem was the volume issues. Street Fighter 5 is a very loud game, as it turns out. Yes, I'm finally doing item management. Don't know why this kind of came up right about now, but I just had the urge, you know. It's like having OCD. Well, no, if I had OCD, I'd manage this shit every playthrough. But I don't give a fuck about it, actually. But cool, that deposited all that, right? It didn't just, you don't have to like confirm it or anything. Cool, this is gonna be so much easier. Yeah, I didn't pick this up because I didn't think it was necessary. Alright, let's go to the painted world as promised. The question is, where the hell is the spell? I know it's in here somewhere. I genuinely got no clue. As I get the Xanthus set as well. I guess technically it's Pyromancy related. As you see, this thing does slightly more damage than the Uchigatana. I think it does, at least. No way to find out because I swapped out the Uchigatana, or I upgraded it to this. And by the way, yeah, if ever, of course, if I ever get tired of this weapon, or it turns out to be not too useful, before I get annihilated, let's not. I can always switch back to the Iaito. Get the fuck out of here. Burn this bitch up. I know people have been telling me I'm not using my Pyromancers enough, so I'm trying to oblige, but these things are so fucking slow. Yeah, well, when they're this bad at aiming, I have a chance. Shit range too. Holy shit, the tracking. Before I get killed by my own weapon, and by the way, yeah, I didn't mention this, but the weapon can kill you. This thing don't fuck around, you know. Why am I having this much trouble with these two? Oh, did I just bleed that one out? Can't believe I'm getting a... I missed. It's like the best attack of the katana. Missing with it like an idiot. Backstab this bitch. Oh yeah, and the last thing, and these things, I don't say them ahead because it just keeps coming to me. The last effect of this weapon is that riposts and backstabs do not count as... Why does that deal so much damage? They do not count as a hit, I guess. So they do not drain your HP. It's only actual strikes. I actually don't know what happens with drop attacks. Does drop attacks... Now see, that's a mystery I feel like we'll have to solve. It probably does count, doesn't it? See, look at that thing. It looks so badass. It's one of the best looking weapons in the game, I think. Chaos Blade. Because, you know, it's not like too over the top. Because if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like some of the... I think the dragon weapons especially. They're just like way too anime. You know. So it kind of keeps it grounded, but also looks badass. The hilt especially, I mean, look at it. Pop a twin, I think. Although this is a PvP hotspot. Although I'm fairly sure I'm under the level here. And you know I'm a PvP master, like... No one can stand in my way in PvP. I'm an expert Mortal Kombat player. An expert Street Fighter player, so, you know. I got PvP locked down. That fool is wearing the... Yeah, that kind of looks ridiculous. He for sure invades to troll people. You can always tell. Now, the last time I came here... What is that damage? Excuse. That was some insane damage. The last time I came here, I don't know why, but Xanthus Prince, whatever, didn't feel like spawning. I don't know what the hell was up with him. Oh, and this is final thing about this weapon. Don't go swinging with it too crazy, because hitting an enemy's corpse, for some reason, also counts as a hit. So let me show you. See, it keeps registering. It's really weird. This carried over to Dark Souls 2 as well, where the weapon durability would reduce if you kept hitting the corpse of the enemy. Which makes no fucking sense, but you know, that's how it is. What up? Chop this bitch in half. Where... I'm not saying anything because I'm trying to figure out where the hell the spell is. Oh, what up? I didn't think you'd follow me here. Burn this fool up. Swinging around like an idiot. Okay. That dealt nowhere near as much damage as I thought it would. Bleed. Let me tell you, that bleed is pretty useful in this game. Hello. This is the last enemy I want to deal with. Up close at least. Good. Oh, it's not dead. You can melee them, you just gotta dodge away when they die. Want fire? Yeah, this... The reason I missed, let me tell you. There is like a window when you cast a spell where you still have the ability to move. That's what I was going for. Okay. At least my resistance is pretty high. But yeah, you can obviously tell why, you know, I kind of say that pyromancies are not as practical as sorceries, especially against in like one of these like major combat situations. And kind of miracles are in their own kind of little category, but watch out. The last status effect I want. And this is some pretty powerful toxin too. This will kill you in not that long, let me tell you. I've been hit with it before and it was not fun. Just... Oh, shit. Okay. Never mind. Can you jump to the other side there? No, you can't. Because I'm pretty sure the spell is here somewhere. Maybe that's the one. It's not. Maybe this is the one. No, it's an egg vermifuge. All these items are... Look at the ragdoll physics, man. Let me tell you. So, contrary to what I promised... Shit, I'm over 30 minutes already. To what I promised, I might not be able to find a new spell in this episode because apparently I'm an idiot. But I'm sure as I'm gonna find it in the next episode. Instead, what I'm gonna do is let's make a beeline for the shortcut. Yeah, we still got time for that. Just enough, I think. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this episode up. As always, well, these guys can fuck off. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Missed completely, but hope you enjoyed this episode of and random coughs all the time. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Ultimate Pyromancer Guide. This has been a chill one. I mean, we didn't do anything special, but we made some progress, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you next time. This is a badass looking weapon. Goodbye.